First here, U.S. Congressional hearing on digital asset regulation focuses on disclosure. At a hearing on digital asset regulation held by the United States House of Reps Thursday, disclosure was an important theme. Chair of the House Agriculture Committee Subcommittee on Commodity Exchanges, Energy, and Credit Sean Maloney specified that the hearing would focus on gaps in the oversight and regulation of the derivatives and underlying spot markets, but the discussion ranged widely. The Agriculture Committee is tasked with overseeing the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC. The CFTC is responsible for regulating financial markets alongside the Securities and Exchange Commission. Chainalysis co-founder and chief strategy officer Jonathan Levin testified that cryptocurrencies transparency provides unique insights into markets, including their risks. The blockchain can unlock information about the entire network behind illicit activities. Georgetown University law professor Christopher Brummer has observed that disclosure law presumes issuers have access to information that consumers do not have, whereas blockchain technology is transparent but difficult to comprehend. Brummer said that disclosure should be read thoroughly and not just filed away, several times in reference to consumer protection. He added that increasing the complexity of disclosure could create vulnerabilities for consumers. Charles Hoskinson, CEO of Input Output Global, spoke about the importance of principles and efficacy over strictness. In the rapidly evolving global market, he later expressed the opinion that no regulators are doing a good job with know your customer or anti-money laundering safeguards at the moment. As the participants moved on to more specific questions, Vincent McGonigal, director of the CFTC Market Oversight Division, said that his agency has the expertise to oversee the cash market for crypto. The market is now regulated by state money transmission laws, but there are multiple proposals to grant the CFTC authority over it. McGonigal said that the state laws have a different purpose from the CFTC's concerns, and centralized clearing adds a layer of consumer protection. Digital assets may be classified as commodities, but the SEC may deem them to be securities depending on the circumstances. The line between commodities and securities is not always clear, and there is no easy way to transition control of commodities back to the CFTC. Up next here, Ripple CEO criticizes SEC for contradictions on crypto regulations. Brad Garlinghouse, the chief executive officer of Ripple Labs, has claimed that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, has inconsistently imposed regulations on crypto firms in the country. He believes that this inconsistency creates an unfair playing field for companies that are trying to operate legally within the space. At the Collision conference in Toronto on Thursday, Garlinghouse pointed to Ripple's current legal battle with the SEC, in which the federal regulator has alleged the company's executives conducted an unregistered, ongoing digital asset securities offering with XRP token sales. Garlinghouse referenced the SEC's approval of Coinbase's public offering in April 2021, despite the fact the crypto exchange listed XRP at the time. According to the Ripple CEO, the SEC's position in the lawsuit against Ripple seems to be contradictory. The SEC approved Coinbase's public offering, even though Coinbase is not a registered broker-dealer, but now the SEC seems to be saying that XRP is a security and always has been. As Garlinghouse noted, the SEC's decision to pursue regulation through enforcement has been inefficient and has stifled innovation in the United States. Garlinghouse responded to SEC Chair Gary Gensler's characterization of the cryptocurrency space by disagreeing. He believes that crypto is no more volatile than other asset classes and that it is not the job of regulators to dictate how businesses and consumers access it. The legal case between Ripple and the SEC is still ongoing, with many anticipating that the outcome will set a precedent for the regulatory approach to cryptocurrencies in the United States. Up next here, Chainalysis tips Australia will crack down on misleading crypto ads. Ms. Malcolm, head of international policy, expects that Australia's new rules governing cryptocurrency advertising, promotion, and consumer safeguards will take a similar approach to those of the United Kingdom. She states that it is more likely to see a focus on preventing misleading advertising rather than on the risks and opportunities of cryptocurrency investment. Malcolm stated during the Chainalysis Links event in Sydney on June 21st that treating crypto products and services in a similar way to financial products and services when it comes to advertising and promotion is what this means. In March, the Advertising Standards Authority, or ASA, in the United Kingdom released new guidance requiring advertisers to clearly state the level of risk associated with investing in cryptocurrencies. Malcolm noted that Singapore took a different approach by effectively banning all public marketing of crypto to retail customers. In addition to rules on advertising, Malcolm said that there will also be a number of consumer protection measures put in place, such as a requirement for crypto exchanges to verify that their customers understand the risks of investing as part of their onboarding process. Approximately 100 people attended the Chainalysis Links event on Tuesday, which marked the first in-person conference for the blockchain data platform in Australia. The attendees came from both the crypto and traditional commercial and government sectors. It is clear from Australia's parliament that there is a need to regulate the digital asset market. In October 2021, the Senate Committee for Australia, as a technology and financial center, released its highly anticipated recommendations for regulating cryptocurrency and digital assets. In March, the conversation on crypto asset service providers was furthered with the release of a consultation paper. The paper sought feedback on minimum standards of conduct by crypto asset service providers and safeguards for consumers. Malcolm expects that changes to Australia's advertising, promotion, and consumer safeguarding laws will come into effect within the next 6 to 12 months. However, this will depend on how much priority the recently elected Labour government places on crypto regulation. So we will continue to keep you guys updated on that. More to come as that article and that information develops. Up next here, Uphold Withdrawals with Venezuela, citing U.S. sanctions. The crypto trading platform Uphold has announced that it will be withdrawing support for users in Venezuela due to the sanctions imposed by the United States government. In an announcement made on Thursday, Uphold stated that due to the growing complexity of complying with U.S. sanctions, the platform would be forced to leave Venezuela. Users were advised to withdraw their funds as soon as possible, as trading for Venezuela-based clients would be halted on July 31st, with all accounts being fully restricted come September 30th. Uphold is a U.S. financial institution and is therefore subject to U.S. sanctions programs administered by the U.S. Office of Foreign Assets Control, or OFAC, including those against the government of Venezuela, state-owned entities, and their employees. Without a change in applicable law or specific permission from OFAC, these regulations may prohibit us from releasing funds to a small number of our Venezuelan customers. The current administration has lifted some of the sanctions that were put in place by the previous administration against Venezuela-based entities. These sanctions had prevented transactions with U.S. citizens and companies, in addition to freezing Venezuelan government assets in the United States. The decision to lift some of these sanctions was made in May by President Joe Biden, with a focus on oil companies based in the United States, including Chevron. The Venezuelan government has been accused of using cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to evade sanctions in certain circumstances. According to blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis, the country was one of the biggest leaders in crypto peer-to-peer transactions in 2021. It's always unfortunate. There's some bad apples in any space that you're involved in, and so it kind of ruins it for the rest of them. Hopefully the Venezuelan community is not too deeply affected by this. Up next here, Coinbase to track off-exchange transactions from Dutch customers. In a new blog post, Coinbase announced that starting Monday, all of its customers in the Netherlands will need to complete new Know Your Customer, or KYC, requirements when transferring digital assets to wallet addresses that are not based on the exchange. This includes providing the recipient's full name, the purpose of the transfer, and the recipient's complete residential address. Transfers between Coinbase accounts are not affected by the new rule. The change will only impact Coinbase users in the Netherlands and is being implemented to comply with the country's digital asset regulation. The law requires financial service providers, such as cryptocurrency exchanges, to check the identity of the persons or legal entities with whom they have a business relationship in order to prevent the transfer of financial assets for purposes such as money laundering or terrorism financing. Earlier this month, Peter Haaskamp, director of the Dutch Bureau of Economic Analysis, called for the Netherlands to ban Bitcoin. Haaskamp argued that the country has been lagging behind in trying to curb its crypto hype, and that digital assets are neither suitable as a means of payment nor as a means of investment. In March, Coinbase announced that in order to comply with local regulatory requirements, it would be tracking off-platform transactions in Canada, Singapore, and Japan. In Canada, users would need to provide the recipient's information even when transferring funds between their own crypto wallets, even though KYC requirements are exempt for transactions below $801. Meanwhile, Japanese and Singaporean users need to provide transaction details for every single off-platform transaction with no minimum threshold. That is pretty intense. I mean, the part of crypto is that you're not having to do that. You're not having to provide information. You're not having to be so deeply regulated. Now, I think this is just a drop in the bucket of where we are to come. I think this is just the start of regulation here. Last but not least here, Cristiano Ronaldo to get football fans into Web3 Binance partnership. Cristiano Ronaldo, football superstar, has signed an exclusive multi-year partnership with crypto exchange Binance to introduce soccer fans to the world of NFTs. The collaboration will see the launch of global NFT campaigns that will aim to educate fans about the benefits of the Web3 ecosystem. Binance and Ronaldo have entered into an agreement to create a series of NFT collections, which will be sold exclusively on the Binance NFT platform. The first collection is expected to be released later this year. Changpeng Zhao, the CEO and founder of Binance, praised Ronaldo's accomplishments in soccer and mentioned that the athlete has achieved great success in multiple industries. Zhao also said that Ronaldo has amassed a large and dedicated fan base through his authenticity, talent, and charity work. Zhao stated that the Binance team is thrilled to provide Ronaldo fans with one-of-a-kind engagement opportunities to connect with Ronaldo as they possess parts of the NFT collections. The soccer icon also remarked on the forthcoming NFT drops, expressing that fans will undoubtedly appreciate them. In explaining his involvement with the new NFT platform, Ronaldo stated that his relationship with the fans is very important too, and the idea of bringing unprecedented experiences and access through this NFT platform is something that he wanted to be a part of. In March, Ronaldo was awarded JUV tokens for his achievements in soccer. The tokens are the official fan currency of Juventus FC and are given to fans based on the number of senior career goals scored. Despite the current market conditions, the Binance CEO expressed positivity earlier in June with confidence. Zhao noted that it's his third market downturn and Binance's second encounter with this type of situation, implying that the team knows how to navigate their way through a bear market. Apart from this, the Binance CEO said that they will use this as an opportunity to hire top talent who are available during this time. I think that's smart. That's a good way to tell if there's a good project out there, having a good team behind them, knowing how to navigate a bear market, already have been through it. They know what they need to do to get through this time. So definitely always do your own research before getting into anything, before trading, investing. Make sure you know what you're doing. Never invest more than you can afford to lose because nothing we say is financial advice. I hope you enjoyed today's news. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment on what you want to see in a future video, and we'll see you next time.